Did I start?
Yep, we're going live. Okay, we're doing a Division A match here of the Tournament of Stars. Casters today are Therax. Joining me as co-caster is EMPYREON.
Am I supposed to say something?
If you want to, you can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, well, I didn't do that. Yeah, me and Therax played an essay together, and yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully some stuff is good.
plenty of years of comp experience. Both teams are ready, so we can launch whenever we're ready, which I believe we are.
Let me just double check the rules. Look good.
Yeah, okay, yeah, double check rules. 10 minutes, first person only. We need to put on ignore enhancements.
Okay. Ignore enhancements.
Yeah, that turns off the quirks for these trial mechs, which I don't think the linebacker has a lot of, but probably some structure and armor that's going to be missing.
Alright, 10 minutes and I don't know who is actually team 1 and team 2.
Team 1 is actually EQ.
It's EQ, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just double check that for the tournament.
Yeah, actually, I should double check that as well. I did this last night, so I'm pretty confident, but not 100%. Yeah, EQ is Team 1. EMPYREON is Team 2. Now both players are going to see what mech their opponent is in. Spoilers, it's a trial linebacker. Okay. On some maps it matters, on some it doesn't. Boreal Reach, it could potentially matter, but without jump jets, I don't think either side has an advantage or alternative strat they can run. So with linebackers, I don't think it really matters here, but
Okay.
still good to
So
get that
ignore
set.
enhancements. Did I need to do stack loadouts?
No, not stock loadouts. They are using trial mechs, not stock loadout. The stock loadout for the trial mech is gonna like flip it to something funky. So
Okay, alright. Well, they've had plenty of time to
yeah,
grimace at us looking at that, so I think it's ready.
yep, we can launch in. Yeah, I just need to remember to change that enhancements.
It's on now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got Equilibrium and EMPYREON. For people who don't know, EMPYREON is a team made up of former players from both Imperial and Eon Synergy, two veteran classic comp teams from the yesteryears of MechWarrior Online. They are veterans of the competitive scene. And, I mean, there were world championships won between the two of them. I don't remember if Eon Synergy ever got a world championship win, but I know that Imperial definitely did. Eon Synergy, I believe, was a runner-up a couple of those years. So we've got 6 medium pulses on a linebacker H champion, which is actually the trial variant here. So these builds are known to both players. There are no changes made to them, no skill trees, nothing of cool shots or we've turned the quirks off here even. So both these players are just going to be engaging at mid-range here with the 6 medium pulse lasers. And it looks like so far Rick Rom is getting a lower percentage here, or actually Dubix is a little bit behind on percentage, but a lot of that is going to the arms as these players are twisting to shield. Nothing open of relevance yet. I believe all the lasers are in the torsos, with 1 in the center torso, 3 in the left, and 2 in the right, if I'm not mistaken. Arms are
Yeah.
coming off. Those arms do not have anything relevant. Oh, Rickrom is open center torso now. Open orange. That could be 1 volley away if there was a good burn here. Dubix, on the other
Yeah.
hand, has nothing open yet, so Dubix definitely has the advantage.
Yeah.
Rick Rom is one half burn away from death here. Yep,
Oh,
there
wow.
we go. Dubix picks up the
I,
kill. Relatively healthy, 51%. Nothing missing but the arms, and nothing open as well.
yeah. How do you get the paper towel show again?
You got to click on the mech, which is the difficult part. I use the pointer to do that. P brings up your
Okay.
pointer by default, and then you have to push enter after the mech is highlighted the in the white.
Alright.
Your default keys you want to push are backspace, tab, and Q.
Backspace tab Q. Yeah, I did all that other stuff.
I'm gonna pull up over here the MWO stats if I can get that to update. It looks a little bit slow
Okay.
today.
Looks like they're inviting their correspondents. Let me
Excellent.
check the next map.
Looks like the stats tool might be down today.
Oh, very nice. Are you keeping a running total of this? Or published stats?
I am, yes. Yeah.
Layout, jungle, assault, medium. Drop 2 to 5.
Okay. MW stats isn't able to pull it up. So on here we need to change the ignore enhancements to off. The 2v2.
And then, is it 12 minutes? I see match settings is drop 2 through 5 is 12 minutes.
Yeah, this is actually technically still drop 1. The way that drop 1 works is that the 3 mini drops, the 1v1 and the pair of 2v2s, all count as drop 1. So they're all just 10 minutes on those. And then when we
Okay.
switch to the 5v5 drops 2 through 5 are the 12-minute timer.
Okay.
So Equilibrium coming out with 2 points ahead in the match after winning the 1v1.
Okay. You sent me a map strat link.
Yeah, I had. I don't think we're going to be using it for these 2v2s, as these teams should be ready to
Yeah,
go.
we don't need to use it for these.
Yeah, but we can
We can
pop
use
it
it
up
for
for
the
the
other stuff.
5v5s later.
Do you have the display capture to display it from your browser?
I have that set, yes.
Okay.
There's a couple things you have to do to get that set up.
Yeah. So we can just view it from yours.
Yeah. So I was talking about the teams earlier. I guess I could go a little bit more in depth. I've got it up on the screen there that Equilibrium is coming into this match with 226 points, whereas Empyreon currently, prior to this match, has 151 points. So that's a pretty significant gap. Empyreon is not going to be able to overcome Equilibrium, regardless of match outcome, in order to take that first place away. But they're definitely playing in the running for that second place. I believe, yeah. Looking at it here, the fifth Jaguar Dragoons was sitting in that second place with 193 points. So that was only 42 points ahead of Empyreon. That is again a sizable gap, but not completely insurmountable. If Empyreon was able to pull up a big result today, they would be able to take that second place at least. 42 points is a large gap, though, and the fifth Jaguar Dragoons does have a match that they are going to be playing later today. So, no guarantees that like 42 points would be unlikely to do it. If they got if they pulled out like a 70-point win here, Empyreon, then there's a chance, or something of that nature. They would still need the cards to fall a little bit in their favor.
Yeah, I just realized you're doing all the talking, which is good because I didn't plan to do any talking.
Yeah, I've got a couple matches today, so I need to try and save my voice a little bit, but I do talk a lot when I'm casting. I need to try and
Okay.
remember to give opportunity for other people to
No,
get a
I
couple words in.
don't even have any words. Well, they are ready. Okay, so I guess that's their version of locked.
Good to go? Yeah, I'd take that as a ready, so we can launch then. Both teams at 150 tons. This is a drop where they have, was it a heavy and a medium?
So the assault in the medium.
Salt and medium, right. 150, yeah. Okay, so they're leaving 5 tons on the board. It could be from the assault, it could be from the medium. We don't actually know yet. We're finding out in a couple seconds here. The other drop is the medium light, if I remember correctly, on Steiner Coliseum, the one coming up, or part 3 of drop 1, however you want to classify it. I'm looking at Eon Synergy coming up the ramp with a Direwolf A and a Hunchback 2CA. Direwolf A has quirks for velocity, so I'm expecting something like 7 AC5, and the Hunchback 2CA is 2 large pulse, 6 small pulse. So mid-range with a mix of Brawl. Opposing side, also a Direwolf A, but they're running 5 Ultra 2, 2 Ultra 5. That is a lot of long-range sustained DPS, and then a
Yeah.
Paquette, which is 8 SRM6, just pure Brawl. Now Lizzie's taking a lot of fire here. Open center torso already on that
Yeah,
Direwolf.
this just already needs to dip out right now.
Yeah, Hunchback needs to get in the fight. Direwolf is taking cover as that Paquette is coming in, trying to close that range. The Paquette doesn't want to engage 2v1 though, so we've got a little break here. Let's see what G-Ram's Direwolf looks like. Side torso is open on G-Ram, almost about to fall off, but Lizzie goes down, center torso kill. Now it's down to just the Hunchback, and see if they can pick up a kill to return and pick up 2 points for their team.
If Chico could win this 1v1, which is going to be really hard with the builds.
Yeah, the Hunchback needs more space than what the Huntsman is giving them right now in order to win that 1v1, even without the Direwolf factoring in. We have
Overwatch
the
will
fight.
just push Chico out, or Chico will stay and just kind of get wrecked anyways.
Stepped into the line of fire of that Direwolf, so the Hunchback took a lot of damage there. And powered down.
Shut down.
Yeah, side torso blown off, never gonna wake back up. Clean kill. Basically,
2 large pulls?
Yeah, it was 2 large pulls, 6 small pulls, so didn't really manage to contribute much against that Direwolf early. And then I think the UAC 2, UAC 5, the burst is just higher than that 7 AC5 build.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop some of the APIs in the chat, or in the ticket for them.
Now I'm gonna try again with the stats tool here, see if the website wakes up. Just looking at the damage here, in case the stats tool doesn't work. G-Ram putting out 500, and the Huntsman putting out 230, not bad. Lizzie actually put out 400 damage before going down, quite respectable. Just the accuracy on G-Ram going center torso versus Lizzie taking out a side torso on the Direwolf. That's the difference there with the kill. And the Hunchback 2CA not really able to get very much done there.
Okay, all the Eon or EMPYREON people left the lobby, so I will drop back over there to invite the Red and Lizzie, I guess.
Yeah, lobby stat tool is not working today. I'm gonna keep trying, but looks like we are down something today.
Is lobby stat tool what was being used to track the points?
No. Spreadsheet's tracking the points. It's separate. It's very handy to have a lobby stat tool, but basically that just tells us like components and such.
Oh, it's the API thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I also have to remember who won if I don't have the lobby stats to double check. Fortunately, both these teams are using tags that are aligned with their team names for the most part. Oh, they didn't invite their people in before leaving lobby. Okay.
Yeah, Stim is EMPYREON, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, yeah. Well, whatever. Hopefully Polycat wasn't in the right mech yet.
Yeah. they're supposed to invite their players in, but wait. Oh, they want Stimrog on Equilibrium. I guess even though they're wearing that EMP tag, they are part of the EQ team. Yep, they are. Okay, my mistake. So one of the viewers in chat was suggesting that the reason the MWO stats tool is not working is because PGI's website is down. The game servers are up for MechWarrior Online, but the MWO Merc site is actually down right now. And so with the API tool, it might not be able to pull API data from the MechWarrior Online site, depending on how everything's set up on the back end. So that's probably why the MWO stats tool is not working. It's continually getting a no return from the queries that it's sending. So hopefully that's resolved sometime today.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
So it's
Figure
not
it
the
out.
fault of the developer of the MWO stats tool, it's the fault of PGI's web host
Yeah.
or backend devs or whatever's wrong there.
Okay, let's see. Next 2v2 Steiner.
Yeah, Steiner Coliseum, and it's lights and mediums. It'll be interesting to see what they do there.
Steiner, yep, light, medium. Same rules. Two people, two people.
Alright, just waiting for the players to ready up. Team 1 has readied.
Yeah. Do they get 5 minutes both sides for these 1v1s and 2v2s too?
I
Or
mean,
no?
yeah, they do. I'm not running a timer on them. I'm not a referee. I can't enforce it anyway, so it's up to the teams to do that. You know, you'd hope with these 2v2s that the players already know what they're playing before they come to the lobby. So it shouldn't take 5 minutes to ready up, but you know, maybe they're changing things up based off of what they saw their opponents doing, or something of that nature. Team 2 is green, but they are not locked yet. It's 85
Yeah.
tons on Team 1, which with a medium and a light, you could get up to 90 tons maximum, so they're only leaving 5 tons on the board. Team 2 is hovering at that 90 tons. They've put a ready. Ready's locked in my books, so we can launch anytime now.
Alright, give them an extra second to think about if they were really ready.
Yeah. I mean, they're not using the magic words, so...
I gotta give them that chance to unready and screw things up, right?
yeah, yeah. No, you know what? Any team that's going to be putting a variation of ready or good to go into chat, I'm taking that as a locked. You know, teams are on notice. We're just going to power through this as fast as possible. I've got another match waiting for us at the end of this, so I don't want to keep
Sure.
them waiting artificially.
I'm on the Eon side.
All
I
right.
guess I'll go through it.
Yeah, Ian's in the red. I'll go get the blue builds here. Vapor Eagle
Alright.
A with LBX 20 SRM 6 Artemis and a Kit Fox with 6 SRM 6 no Artemis.
Alright, I've got Stormcrow 13 small pulse and Cougar 5 small pulse 3 Storm 6, so very short range. And
Yeah.
not exactly the fastest either.
Yeah, Cougar's actually the slowest mech in this match at 81 kph before speed tweak.
I think Eon's just gonna set up and then they're gonna wait for Eon
Eon's
or
setting,
EQ to smash into him.
yeah, Eon's setting to receive, which actually they kind of have the range advantage with the small pulse versus that LBX 20 and the SRMs. Cougar's being sent up while the Stormcrow's backing up. Okay, nope, they're pulling together now. Where's that damage landing on that Vapor Eagle? It looks like a rear reg on it. Side torso is open from the back, but that Stormcrow just
Yeah,
got blown
Stormcrow
up.
died really quick.
Center torso kill. Cougar's lost a side torso and is cooking. Can they pick up the kill on the Vapor Eagle before they go down? Vapor Eagle has an open side torso, but no other
I
damage.
think so. Yeah.
That's it. Quick fight there. Kifox has a little bit of rear damage, might be heat damage, and Vapor Eagle has an open side torso, but otherwise looks relatively healthy.
Yeah. Just put out a little bit more and they just get that Stormcoat down really quick. The Cougar was kind of off to the side to let the Stormcoat become attention. Just for a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
it's just too
surprised.
much at that moment.
I'm surprised how fast that Stormcrow went down, considering it was center torso. I guess just didn't really have the opportunity to twist off some of that damage. So that is another win for EQ. EQ running away with this match right now. Total of 14 points to the 0 points on EMPYREON after the 1v1s and 2v2s are finished. So now we're coming up to the 5v5s. That does change things. It's no longer, you know, small scale tactics and
Okay, Lizzie's on Eon, right? So he's going to go to Eon.
I'm gonna double check this because I just don't know anymore. No, yeah, Lizzie's on Eon or
Okay.
EMPYREON. Sorry. Um, yeah,
Oh my god, that's a whole lance at Eon. That's pretty nasty. In a good way.
yeah, yeah. EMPYREON being a merger of those two classic comp teams, veteran players.
I think Eon did win 1 year, by the way.
I can't recall. I would have watched it probably, but that was a couple years back. My memory's just not good enough. But I think you're correct that Eon Synergy won one of the years in EMPYREON, or won 2 of the years, I think it was. And then they were
Okay,
like
there
runners
was
up
no
in other years.
Empyreon. There was no
Sorry,
Empyreon.
Imperial. Imperial won 2 of those years, I believe.
Okay. Vitrix Station. Data. 12 minutes. Max tonnage 200. Not that it really matters.
Yeah, I wouldn't set a max tonnage because it causes issues with changing mechs.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So, um, 12 minutes. Yeah, it looks like the settings. We're on Conquest format. Yes, correct. Okay, great.
So, both of these teams say EU in their name, but the
Uh,
server rules state NA. Should we
unless if
suggest?
both teams agree. So you could ask them if they want a different server, but it's up to the teams to both agree. Okay, apparently they're having trouble logging into the game now. Oh no.
Alright, one person has said that NA is fine.
Yeah. And it would take both teams to agree to switch servers, so
Yep.
they might be putting EU as their location in order to get ideal like default times, as opposed to wanting to play on that server. Like if they had like one European guy, maybe they want to go with European default times because their NA guys can make those times easier than their European can make the North American default times. That'd be my guess, but I don't actually know what's up with them. All right, so we're going into the 5v5 portion of this match. It's single cap conquest, so only one cap is active and legal to take until all the players are dead on one team. Then you can take more caps. But so it's Theta on Vitrix Station. Let's pull up the map strat. These teams are um, not looking the swiftest of preparedness today. Is that a way to put it?
That would be one way. I feel like if EQ's team won, they got a couple minutes left, but they should ready up soon.
Yeah, it's on their opponents to put them on blast for that. So I'm gonna let them hash that out. So it's Theta Cap. Theta Cap is actually low ground on the Vitrix Station map, but the high ground is such a strong position. I expect that teams are just gonna walk up the ramps, take the high ground on both sides, and then probably just brawl it out. Kind of. Now, considering these are Div A teams, they might not just run in. They might be playing some Overwatch positions either at the backs of these ramps, still on the high ground, or even taking something funky like a mislinks to the top of I don't know, what do you want to call these home bases that these teams have? You can put a mislinks up top there with like a pair of ELR's lasers or something. Just takes a lot of jump jets to get up, but then you can kind of see, 3/4 of the map from a very high location. I suspect that they're not just going to brawl. There's going to be something going on, maybe on the side flanks with jump jets, with shadow cats, perhaps. Shadow cats being relatively popular right now. A lot of
Yeah,
places you could show
probably.
a shadow cat.
I know Stim likes to take some jump jetting mechs and scout, and same with GRAM. They always like show up on the ceiling of the map. Oh, okay, they're all ready.
All
So
right.
just need to wait for Eon to lock. They're under 200. Da, 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 da. Please type a message.
All right. So it's 190 tons for the team one here, Equilibrium. So they are 10 tons under the maximum. I'm not sure that really tells us much of anything.
Okay, they did say locks right after I thought about it. Okay, we're launching 200, 12
Okay.
minutes. Yep.
Good to go.
This is working out well, actually. I think everyone's watching your stream, so mine is the secret stream.
Yeah, Unfearing streaming, if anyone wants the secondary perspective, you'll have alternate camera angles. They're over on
Yeah.
their personal channel.
Are you focusing on like top-down stuff or just whatever, really? I guess it's just whatever.
I don't go into first person because of all the bugs that it can cause.
Gotcha.
So if you wanted to use first person, I would be, that would give people who want to see first person that view without it screwing up the scoreboard.
Sure, sure, sure.
Um, it's up to you. I'm
I'm on
looking
the Eon
at
side.
Eon Synergy as well here. Viper with small pulse, micro pulse. We've got lots of Vipers here. Going to check the builds quick. Another of the same build, or more or less the same. Arctic Wolf, which was going the wrong way, turned around. SRM's on that. So it looks like we got Brawl from Eon Synergy, or sorry, Empyreon.
Perion.
Yeah,
Okay, EQ's got high under 2C. It's kind of like a keeper, but with triple large pulse instead of a LB20.
Mistlinks almost broke their legs there with the SRMs. Sorry, keep
I'm
going.
checking the missings now. Quad 6. No Artemis. I need to stop using shift.
All four of those Mistlinks have the same SRM build. So that is not meta. People keep telling me it's a very strong build on that hero Mistlinks, but I haven't really seen it myself. And that's a lot of
Yeah,
tonnage invested into that single Highlander, and there's still 10 tons under tonnage. So
yeah.
they need to do something with those Mistlinks in order to make that investment worth it. And also the Highlander. I mean,
I think it's kind of leaning Empyrion's way with this deck. They just got more speed and more armor they can throw at once. But EQ is only 120 kph max, and they got to tow the Highlander around.
yeah. Cap has been taken here for uh, Empyreon, so they need to they're pressuring their opponents with Equilibrium to make something happen. Equilibrium is
Yeah.
playing the receive team with that Highlander 2C. It does have the 3 large pulse, so they definitely have the range advantage.
Okay, I kind of get if they keep stalling like this for a little bit, then what Stim wants to do is try to get a really good graze with this triple large pulse.
Yeah, try to
But
jump,
they won't
missed
let
it.
him do more than one of that.
I don't I don't know how much Equilibrium has practiced this or faced off against what they're seeing here, as they don't seem to be overly confident in what they are doing. So the large pulses are getting a little bit of chip damage out right now, and that has revealed that there's large pulses. I don't know if the Highlander has actually been spotted yet, but
Thank God, dude, the thing looks like fucking building blocks.
yeah, a little bit of a hard mech to miss. Sure, that's
I'm
fair. Oh, here we
how do you
go.
do the first person? I'll do the first person on Stim.
Click on a mech and hit V, and that'll pull you into first person or out of it if you
Okay.
are in first person. Uh,
Okay.
Looks like the Vipers were starting a push, but they've backed off now.
Alright, Stim's now towards Eon's spawn side, C4. He's kind of behind the cap, trying to get some more elevation still.
Okay, Highlander failed
He
the jump
doesn't have
again.
enough
Oh
jump
no.
jets.
Um, Down 3% on the legs just from fall damage. 3%'s not a
Yeah.
lot, but as the Highlander is likely going to die by getting its legs shot off, that might matter the very slightest of bits.
I thought
Here's a
it
strike
probably
coming
shouldn't.
in. I don't think that
Yeah.
strike's going to hit anything. It's way behind. Yeah, no, the Highlanders moved out of that strike range already. Okay, so up top, we've got Vipers and Arctic Wolves. They can drop at any time. On the bottom,
Yeah.
Equilibrium, their Highlander cannot jump up. The Mistlings probably can, as we've seen them bouncing all over the place. They're going to take the cap here. Neander is looking at the cap. Now they're on it.
The drop is gonna happen soon, I think.
I'm less convinced, but Eon Synergy, the longer they wait to fight, the more chance they're going to take chip damage from those large pulses on that Highlander. Now, the caps are at 115 in the favor of EMPYREON. So maybe they think that there's a chance of getting like a cap win here. They still need to get more cap points if they're going for that. But so far, the cap has not been flipped back. It's being flipped again here. Is there going to be a drop? I'm already in the basement looking at this. Chip damage going out. Buria is taking 85%. Large pulses have put some damage down. The other thing is that now the strikes, if
Mhm.
Equilibrium were to drop strikes, they can sit under the roof here while the mechs on the platform are taking strike damage. This is very slow playing. Another UAV goes up. I don't know how many of those teams have left. SRMs are
Yeah,
being shot at the UAVs. That's um, not.
I think
I,
Imperium's just trying to hold top as long as they can, but I think they're probably bleeding more armor, and they need to decide if they want to
uh,
just totally bail
yeah.
or just drop now while they still have
Shine
some
Plasm's
armor.
Mistlings down to 76%, taking a lot of damage. But Red goes to faster, is at 65%. Viper, here's the drop, here's the drop. And we are going to have a brawl. Finally, something
It
is going to
dropped in
happen
front
here.
of Stim though, so
Yeah, the Highlander's
he's
not the
got
focus
clear
target.
shots.
Arctic Wolf has lost a side torso. The Red goes to faster at 41%. Both legs are open. They're going to be going down shortly. Yeah, Arctic Wolf has been legged as well. It's turning into a sequence of 1v1s and 2v2s. Where's that Highlander?
Yeah,
Still up. Wow.
still by Theta.
Arctic
Lizzie
Wolf
got
down.
on him, but
Yeah, okay.
not
Highlander's
quite
missing a
enough
side
yet.
torso and the rears with like one touch. It goes cooks itself. Wow. Highlander's
Yep.
down from heat damage. Side torso destruction mattering there.
Okay.
And we've got a Viper. Rick Rom's down. Last mech up is Lizzie in a pretty healthy state, 74%. There's a
Hold on
Mistlings
though.
on them. How's the ammo count looking on those Mistlings?
Shine's low on ammo, like one shot left.
Oh boy.
Nian has a lot of shots left though, if Nian doesn't get rear shotted.
Viper has an open leg here. Lizzie's kiting away. Small pulses outrange those SRM 6s in terms of like focus versus spread.
Oh,
But the
yeah,
Viper's about to
Dubix has a
lose a
lot
leg.
too. Yeah,
It's
it's
legged.
over for Lizzie.
And yeah, okay. So Dubix with an open leg. Neander is one touch rear, 67%. Shine Plasm, you said, was almost out of ammo, and their mech is quite heavily damaged from the rear as well, 61%. But this is a win for Equilibrium. Um,
Yeah,
I'm guessing that a lot of the ammo situation here is due to that early game trading with those SRM sixes just kind of shooting back and
yeah.
forth at each other.
It would be interesting if they had dedicated people to not spend so frivolously.
Yeah, I'm not seeing very many strikes on these players, and the way that the game went down, I suspect both teams were wishing that they had more strikes. Yeah, Shine
Yeah, why do
Plasm's
they
completely bingo on ammo, and the other
why do
two,
they have core
Cubics
shots?
as well. Yeah, well, I mean, the
Is that a bug
SRM
for me or what?
Mistlinks might actually heat up. The machine gun one can't actually overheat, depending on your specific build. But these SRM builds could actually need those cool shots.
Well, for me and Spectator, none of them used their double core shots, or perhaps they did. So
Yeah,
they
that's a
must
spectator
have done
bug.
it intentionally.
Yeah, no, it's a spectator bug where the
Okay, okay. Maybe it is hot then.
yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Rick Rom got the most in the Viper on Empyreon side. Shine did a lot, as well as Dupix, and Stim did just enough with that Highlander. Okay, publish that.
Yeah, I'm gonna check if that stat tools works now. Nope, doesn't look like it. I'm assuming that MW Merc's website is still down. But viewers got to look at the damage there. Can't see the the more detailed stats there, unfortunately. Um, just how it is today, I guess. We're
Oh
still grabbing
boy.
those match ID numbers for the teams to submit, and later.
Yeah. I'm trying to grab some of them here and there.
Yeah,
It's Albor Outpost.
we're going to Hellbore Outpost, and we're playing around one of the side caps. I need to pull that up. I don't remember which cap is on which side on Hellbore Outpost. It's one of the
This is
more recent
Sigma.
maps. Sigma cap, right? I could throw up a map strat here. That might be something that we can look at, seeing as the stats are not available.
Mhm.
So we're looking at Sigma cap on the Hellbore Outpost map. What colors actually show up on this? Does green show up for people? I hope so. Team 1 is Equilibrium. Team 2 is going to be EMPYREON. And I've done,
I spelled it right.
I think so. I've done a little bit of practice on this map, a little bit of testing grounds, and I'm coming to the conclusion that jump jets are of critical importance because of the terrain
You
is
think
just,
they're X?
yeah. Um, there's a lot of funky terrain around Delta 7 and Fox 7 that I've never played in quick play. Like, there's waterfalls back here and stuff. Like, I've never, been out there myself. There's probably some interesting Overwatch jump spots that these teams might be playing. Div A having done their homework, perhaps finding um, some areas that are out of bounds that aren't actually out of bounds, or difficult to climb up to locations where they can overwatch the map. I don't know what they're going to find. I'm very interested to see it. But
Yeah.
I'm also thinking that this map might just be best played as a brawl because of the way that the spawns are and where the teams are coming from. If you've taken a slow mech, you're never going to make it up to your jump up spot in Charlie 7, Delta 7, or Fox 7, Echo 7 before, like a Viper or, I don't know, jump jet mech with speed. I guess Summoner would be your heavy before those mechs crash down on top of you. So if you're playing range, you might have to set up on the low ground, which is really, I think, less than ideal, as the mechs can just jump off the cliff. They're only 400, 500 meters away from you when they start their push, and there's all this intervening terrain that you can't really spread your firing line, or
Yeah.
maybe you have to play up on the ridgeline, Delta 5, Delta 6, Echo 5, just more of the quick play location, even though the cap's further out, but you're never going to get set up if you try to climb up Fox 7, Echo 7. I'm interested to see how these teams played out in Div A. Very interested to watch this today. Again, it's a part of the map I've never fought in quick play.
I think there was another 1 cap or a 3 cap league where this one was involved, and like, yeah, there's these like arches or whatever structures here that like it's literally
Yeah.
Shadow Cat, Arctic Cheetah, large Hell if they get up there and then killing people in the middle of the map. But in this case, they're all gonna be very focused there, and as you said, the slow mechs are gonna be a pain on the low ground. If they're on the high ground, they might get something if they come over to that 6 line area, but it's gonna be pretty tricky, and then they can also be pretty ganked really quick if the other team realizes. Okay, they are locked and locked. 5 people, 300, 300. Still 12 minutes. Alright, I think we're launching Terex.
Okay, I'm going to be switching over the scene here before I forget.
Ooh, don't want a radio cast.
Yeah, I had one of those last week. I do not want to have another. Okay. So I didn't catch the tonnage there. Were they both at 300 tons, or was somebody dropping a little bit light?
Both 300.
Okay.
So you can stay here on this side. I'll go to the other side.
Okay, sounds good. And from Equilibrium, I've got... Oh, no, dropships are flying in. I'm going to be looking at Eon Synergy. Right, okay.
Yep.
Red mechs for me. Or, sorry, not Eon Synergy. The in-game it calls it Eon Synergy, but it is EMPYREON. Okay, we've got an Ebon Jaguar with mid-range Vomit. Standard build on that. 2 of those, and then a couple of Sun Spiders with mid-range Vomit. So Large Pulse, Clan Large Pulse with ER Mead. And then an
Yeah.
Incubus with... Oh, Incubus build is interesting. It's an ER Large Light Machine Gun Incubus 2. I'm wondering if they had to strip armor to get that kind of weaponry on there with the 156 kph as well. That's an Incubus
Is
build,
it?
essentially, just on an Incubus. Sorry, I
What
thought
the
it was a
fuck did you
Piranha,
say
and
there?
I'm,
Okay.
I'm thinking Piranha, and it's an Incubus. No, it's a standard Incubus build. My bad.
Alright. Well, or EQ's got double skull, quad large pulse, and a Viper and 2 lanners to buffer.
Okay.
Um,
So
you said the
mid-range with Brawl. So they're definitely going to be the more aggressive team here, given the loadouts.
yeah, this Eon Incubus looks pretty normal to me, Therax.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a Piranha for some reason. I don't know. My brain is completely cooked, and I'm just starting my
Okay,
day of casting.
I can't wait for more.
Yeah,
Eon almost got the cap, but now those fast mechs from EQ have asserted enough terrain that Buria is gonna prefer to stay alive.
yeah. The Black Lanterns are getting the scout here on the Ebon Jaguar Sun Spider firing line, so they're going to
Yep.
have to pull back, not bleed armor. Incubus is taking a high ground position. They're going to be an annoying flanker here. Buria putting in some work.
Yeah, but the skulls see him, right?
Yeah, one of the Orions, Chicken Man's looking at the Incubus, and that's a lot of firepower returning. Not something you want to
Ooh.
peek into.
Okay, if you notice, Eon put up a UAV because they didn't have vision on the inside of the map, but that was like 30 seconds ago and nothing happened. But now EQ's made that move, but the UAV is still up and
Yeah. Oh, here's a
they're dropping
push.
in now.
GRAM's going
Oh
in.
shit.
The Orions are way behind, but they're focusing down Old Haas's Sun Spider, which is open center torso. They are not going to live much longer here. And the Sun Spiders, because of the way the trench is, they're not going to be able to assist the second Ebon Jaguar, which is powered
Yeah,
down and is dead. So that is a successful pickoff for those 3 Black Lanterns just diving in on the 2 isolated targets.
yeah.
And we have
This
now
is
a
crossfire
crossfire.
hell right now.
Yeah, in comes the Black Lanterns again, going against the Red goes to faster, open side torso, 57%, about to go down. And Lizzie's getting focused down in the rear as well. Oh, clean kill from the back by Polycat. Now it's just down to that Incubus, which has been legged, and can they pick up a kill?
Yeah,
No, this is a 5-0 win for Equilibrium. Uh,
that was tough.
yeah, that curvature in the trench here, 2 mechs were not able to support when that drop
Yeah,
came
that
down
little,
from that cliff. Interesting
yeah.
choice to play in the low ground as opposed to trying to play high ground. Um,
It was strange because Eon they started with two Evans up top and then one of them dropped either intentionally or accidentally. But they started to move over wide to Sigma. I think they were just trying to do a long outskirts train of firepower, but they had those two guys hanging back just a little too long or intentionally, and that curvature fucked them too.
gonna check the stream here. There was a report that there were some issues.
Holy shit though. EQ has pretty even numbers, like all around 200 to 330 damage.
They got quick kills there with just the focus fire
Right.
going some rear torso as well, so there isn't going to be all that much damage, I suppose.
Mhm.
I saw that one of the Orions on the equilibrium side was open CT, like open red, very close to dead. So there was damage returned here from the red goes to faster and Lizzie in the Sunspider and Evan Jaguar probably onto those Orions in the early peak before the dive
Yeah.
occurred.
The other thing was those skulls, like they kind of power position with their low mounts from that high ground, but even as Eon got, I think in the end they're really burned down to like 40%. It just has to like take two steps back and then boom, you've cycled. You're not dead. Hooray.
Getting the points updated. We need to switch team sides, or I forget.
Okay. Um,
Is the MW stats working yet? No, still down. Okay. Well, hopefully that website gets fixed sometime today. Um, Unfortunately, it's having a little bit of an impact here on our stream.
it's okay, people can guess the components.
Uh,
Terra Therma Crucible.
Stream looks good to me, so I think that is not a problem on my end. I sure hope. If there are any problems, then let me know in 5 minutes in the future, plus whatever time it takes me to read your comment. Hopefully, I can fix it.
Uh,
So we're going up to a 400-ton limit here on Terra Therma Crucible, the newest map, and they're going to be playing around the theta cap in the center with that volcanic crater, active volcanic crater.
yeah.
Just to recap here in terms of points, Equilibrium has 42 points, whereas Empyreon has only picked up 3 points so far. So that is a significant gap there. And there's still 2 drops to go. Could turn it around, but at this point, it's no longer possible for Empyreon to win this match. They can get a lot of points though, and that would definitely help them to try and pull up into their third place position, second place position, depending how things go. They need the points. Some other teams actually played already, and Empyreon was pushed down into fifth place with one match pending and one match having been played. So Empyreon definitely needs points here in order to pull themselves back up into that third or fourth type position. And they might actually be playing here to try and get a decent positioning in the invitational tournament, or even just an invite to the invitational tournament, the upcoming World Championship Series in August, September. The ComQ is the main way to qualify. There's going to be details coming out on that in approximately a month, month and a half. And you can try and form up a team or join a team and make a run to try and play in the World Championship Series. However, some of these teams have an alternative way to bypass the competitive queue qualifications by getting invited to an invitational tournament. I mean, obviously, you get invited to invitationals, and it's based off of your finish in the 3 MWO comp tournaments that have been running throughout the year. Tournament of Stars is one of those 3. A high position in there gives you a number of points in order to get into an invitational, where you then play against other teams that have succeeded with the invite and try to get qualification that bypasses the comp queue. So Empyreon needed to get a high finish in Division A in Tournament of Stars in order to get the points to get into the invitational qualifier tournament in order to bypass comp queue. and I'm not sure how many points they needed. I don't have the full details on that in front of me, but I'm not sure if anything less than like a third place would be enough, and they need points here if they're going to be getting for that third place. So they need to put up a big performance here in order to get that invitational invite. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure what position face they needed there, but that's what they're playing for here today, on top of just having a good finish to their season.
Okay. It looks like EQ is alright. They are locked to 400, 400. Terrathermal Crucible, 12 minutes. It's Terrathermal Crucible, right? Yep.
Yep.
400. Alright. I think we're gonna launch it.
Yeah, let's punch it. So 400 tons per player, or per team, works out to 80 tons per player. So this should be a lot of assault mechs on the field.
Getting close to that. I'm gonna look at the map share real quick. You don't have to show it. Crucible, was it? Theta, middle map. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got like that mini Colosseum, not Colosseum, fortress in the middle.
yeah, the ramps, and there's some sloping on those ramps that make it problematic to push. Okay, I'm looking at Equilibrium as they're coming in here. Gonna run through their
Yeah,
builds as soon as they hit the ground.
I'll go to the Eon soon.
We've got Stimrog in a heavy, 4 heavy large, 4 ER Mead Timberwolf. Time Plasm in the Viper as the light mech is rushing up toward the cap. Small Pulse ER Micro. We've got Kodiak with AC-10, 2 ER PPC. Highlander with LBX-20, 2 ER PPC SRM. So hybrid brawl range, and then an Executioner with red lasers and a pair of ER PPCs. So there is mid-range and long-range with backups for brawling on the side of Equilibrium. See how they play this
Okay,
out?
okay. The Eon side, they got a Cody quad 10 double peep, so 60 point. Mad 2C with heavy larges, or sorry, heavy large pulse, and mediums. So it's the double alpha one.
Okay.
And they also have a Shadow Cat running around with double heavy large, quad heavy medium, so very big punch, but very hot.
We've got a set of 8 Night Gear on their side as well. A little bit of a throwback. So both teams are going to be playing a ranged Overwatch spread, I do believe.
Yeah,
Probably with putting a couple mechs kind of mid-range at the ramps of the Caldera, but not necessarily pushing it, and then spreading out like their executioners and that nature of mech,
yeah.
trying to get high points for additional
Both
angles.
teams, both teams have very varied decks. Like they got something for every kind of bracket or style. But Chico thinks that everyone's in the middle of the map, but Stim is outside of Chico.
Stimrog's
They're
looking for
both
a
the
rear shot
heavies
here.
matching right here. Yep. Please don't lose the side torso yet,
Oh,
Chico.
Executioner manages to react and twist in time, does not get one shot from the back, but they are
I think
now very afraid going forward, I would
that looks
imagine.
like a night Jeer to me, Chico.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, Night Gear. The Viper's coming in to look for the finish here. Is there a UAV up?
No!
Oh,
Oh,
well,
damn.
that's
Okay,
that.
well, Chico
That's
died quick.
one kill with no return damage. So well played.
Yep. Lizzie is now gonna have to pull out, and the red is staring at Chico's dead body.
Okay, well, that's a good start for Equilibrium
For
here.
EQ, right? Okay, yeah. Yeah, they also have control of
That
the map. They're about to take Theta.
that Timberwolves continuing this flank. They have completely infiltrated the rear of their opponents.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows where that mech is. Does that Timberwolf have ECM on that build? I'm guessing no, but
It could. Let's check. He's double heavy, quad heavy, large, quad medium. Probably has ECM, I'm gonna guess. Because
okay.
this map visibility is so low, and he's got the jump jet and the CT anyway, so.
I'm going to quickly pop in his cockpit to check. Cap has been taken here by Equilibrium, worth noting. Yes, the Timberwolf does have ECM. I'm able to confirm that. So, oh,
Okay.
the Shadowcat ran right in front of the Timberwolf, does not see it. That ECM coming in clutch here. Dimrog is turning to
Yeah.
run. I don't know if they saw the
Barrier,
Shadowcat.
Barrier should be trying to find a cement, like concrete location on this guy, but Stim is just not there. So now the red is gonna get some punish soon.
There's a little bit of a flank play coming out here. Imperion is kind of Rick Rom's pushing toward Caldera, and there's some backup supporting them. But they are being counter pushed, a slow counter push by the Viper and the Kodiak. Highlander's going in. Highlander's picked an angle.
Yeah,
Here we go. There's a fight.
the
Kodiak
Imperion
from the Red
was,
goes to faster versus the Highlander from Neander. Kodiak is halved. Highlander's open
yeah,
center torso. Chicken Man's backing it up here. Should be picking up the kill on that Kodiak right shortly. There we go. Some damage was returned, and while that fight was going on, there was the dive onto Rick Rom's Executioner, which has gone down. Assault has
yeah,
taken significant damage in their Kodiak, though. Lizzie's next up. Viper is coming in on them. Viper's at 57%, though. Open leg on them, but the Marauder was halved and has now gone down to self-destruction from overheating.
yeah,
Buria
very
in
hot
the
builds.
Shadowcat has been caught. Has not been legged, but has lost a side torso. And another 5-0 victory for Equilibrium. They
Yeah, I think, like, go ahead.
they got that early pick, and then they just played it surgically. Slow rolled their pushes until they had the advantage for the push.
Yeah,
Very well done.
the red did tons damage. Chico 1% of that, 500 to 5. Nien, no, Shine with the lowest on EQ of 200, which is solid for a Viper. Wow, yeah,
I mean, that Viper's getting
they blew
rear
him up.
shots there, I think, on some of those mechs.
Yeah, I meant like the lowest was only 200, which is still like pretty good in
Yeah,
a 5v5 for a 40 tonner.
particularly if you're getting rear shot, which I think they were, so that's quite significant. Um, that was that was clinical. They just seemed to know exactly where their opponents were, so they were, um, managed to get that outflank pick off from behind, and then made the successful pressure plays.
Yeah. I think once they knew Stim was there, like they should have pulled off Buria. Burio's on the other flank with the Shadow Cat. Ideally he should like try to find where Stim was. Cause by the time like he started fading over to the right to help out with that right side Imperion push, the red got left alone in that moment, and then Stim was able to give confirmation that they should jump this lone Kodiak. So actually Imperion made good moves, just they were very delayed.
Yeah,
And EQ was like, alright, we'll do this, alright, we'll do this, and Imperion was trying to do one thing or the other. They were about to do a push into the middle with Rick Rom and Lizzie
yeah,
and Buria, but then they kind of peeled off from that once they saw the high under 2C
yeah. It,
pushing in on the red.
that's just it. That EQ had two different pushes going on almost simultaneously. They first pushed the a 2v1 basically against the Kodiak, the Red's Kodiak, and he was calling over support, and then he just went down kind of before the support was able to make a difference. And then at the same time, because the support was called away from the push that Eon Synergy or sorry, Imperion was about to make, then they had an outnumbered fight over there that EQ pushed. What was it, like 5-10 seconds after on a separate flank? Very interesting. But part of that is because there wasn't the overwatch from that night gear. That night gear would have been in a good position to cover that Caldera push if they hadn't been one shot, or well, two shot, I guess, from behind earlier. So, just kind of
Definitely, yeah.
picked up an early numbers lead and then turned that into a pair of pressure plays where they were able to stretch the opposing team around due to their lack of numbers. I think either of those pushes could have gone very different had there been a Night Gear in the back dropping Goss or Large in. Just because those pushes took so long to develop and play out, everybody's so slow moving in this in those higher tonnage drops.
Yeah.
Night Gear would have been able to get a couple white weapon cycles out, might have changed the outcome a little bit. So I've got the points here at 56 points for Equilibrium and only 3 points so far for Empyreon. Um, so with that, I think Equilibrium now has first place secured as it came into this with a 33 point ahead of the second place team. So they are definitely now out of range of being caught. They have taken the division,
Uh,
regardless of the outcome of other matches to be played. Empyreon needs to pick up some points though, and they still have one drop to do so. Okay, so we're on to 500 tons here on Hibernal Rift. Hibernal Rift, we're playing the Kappa Cap. I could flip the maps up briefly here. How would I do that? We might have a minute here. You just
sure,
switch
I'll
that
switch
map
it over.
over. Okay, thanks. I'm gonna wipe the map and then
Yappa.
Kappa Cap.
Yappa.
So Kappa Cap way over off to the side. Probably going to see, Alpha Bravo spawns from both teams either pushing up on the trench or potentially playing a range Overwatch strat that pushes toward around Theta. Theta is not an active cap, but you can put your Overwatch mechs out there if you wish to play range, which these teams might do. This is 500 tons. That's a lot of tonnage for these teams to be playing with. Looks like we have a lockout of these teams, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're both locked.
Well,
They are both opting for something that is an assault mech, so they're gonna have some fast guy.
okay. If the teams are ready to
Lock,
go,
lock,
then
lock.
we can just launch it. There's another match coming up on this channel right after this one finishes. Up next, we are going to have, this was going to be Pilots in Exile Black Sheep Squadron versus Raptor Talons. It's a Division E championship match. The two teams are only 6 points apart, so it should be a good fight if you want to stick around and watch after this is done. We'll be kicking right into that. Teams are currently waiting for us to wrap this up.
Nice,
Okay,
nice tap
I'm
game.
looking at Equilibrium. We've got an Executioner from Ghosty with ERPC and Red Laser backup. And they're bringing more Executioners. Same build, 2 more of those. And then that Highlander, same build, ERPC, LBX-20, SRM-6, except they are bringing 2 of those this time. So they are definitely looking to brawl, although they do have some
Yep.
mid-range, or range as well.
Eon side, Empyreon side. They've got 2 Xes, triple peep. They're the pop tower buffers, and then 2 dyers, classic vomit, Gauss vomit with large pulses, so mid-range Gauss vomit. Looking at the map though, I think EQ kind of beat them to Kappa with the bulk, with all those faster 90, 95s.
Yeah, Direwolf is a very slow mech.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Eon has triple Xe, that's my bad. Okay,
Just some early
EQ has
trading.
a good, they're bulked up by the Kappa point,
Yeah, they could
but
get flanked here, but there's no attempt yet from Empyreon to pull a flank. They just slowed up to allow the
yeah,
rest of their elements to get up. Some of those mechs in the back are very slow and not making much of a move yet with those executioners on the rear. They could go for a
Stim
flank or they could group up and push, but I think they want to
has
just slow
like
this
a
down and keep trading. That mid-range,
hybrid Highlander, yeah.
yeah, that mid-range Gauss Vomit Direwolf will outtrade those those executioners and Highlanders. Instead, it is Equilibrium that has sent Ghosty to pull the flank near Theta, get an alternate
Okay,
trading angle.
yep, just make sure they step on the cap so that screws everything up.
Yeah, yeah, that could make a difference here. So far, nobody's made a play for the active cap, which is the Kappa cap.
Yeah, Ghost is trying to pull the red off, so it'll be a 1v1 and a 4v4, if at all.
A little bit of,
Chico is trading kind of alone and Hasu is low on the side. So hopefully Chico has a slower cadence than Hasu because Chico is losing more health right now.
yeah, nothing critical yet, but 72% is a little bit concerning.
Yeah,
Both teams are just content to sit back and trade.
Yeah, it looks like neither of them can actually get onto Kappa without just dying. So this is actually just a straight up
Oh,
5v5 skirmish.
the red goes to faster, has an open rear side torso, open orange. I don't know if that is a rear edge or a strike or something of that nature.
The amount of PPCs probably, or armpit shot.
Could be.
Ghosty sensing advantage or just wanting to get aggressive. Gonna push the red back into the pit. But the
Red,
red,
the red has no support coming. Rick Rom is actually leaving the scene, so they're gonna have to end up winning this 1v1 or withdrawing before they die. There's
yeah,
another mech
before
headed
Chicken
toward
Man gets
Theta.
there.
Yeah, so it's going
Yep.
to turn into 2v2. Now Rick Rom's coming back to support the red. Has started to leave their position. Nope,
Yeah, I think
they're going to reinforce.
EQ's just kinda shacking up in each location, and then now they're just extended the two axes on the left. We're gonna let Ghosty do some work and see if this works out.
Rick Rom's getting up into terrain here. Now Ghosty is going to need to bail as soon as they see it's a 2v1. They could be dove in this trench. They will not have any support, and those red lasers can do a lot of work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if the
Ghosty's
red and
backing
Rick
off.
Rom
There's a
low ground
UAV up.
pushed Ghosty, it would be great, but Ghosty just felt it wasn't working out or something, so Ghosty's already bailing.
Yeah, Ghosty's UAV told them what was up. They got out. The UAV got shot down after they already left.
Let's
So,
check the direwolf status.
yeah,
Hasu is about to be open CT. Chico is surprisingly doing better on the CT.
yeah, damage is being spread a fair bit.
It
The red
seems,
has evacuated that point. Ghosty came back, pushed him out. So radio tower is
yeah.
evacuated. Now, do we see a push? Because there are very few trading angles left here for Eon
I think
Synergy.
Empyreon has to do that based on what they just did. They just gave that up and they just grouped up with the Dyers, so they could have done a counter swing, but they didn't. And then now they just let Ghosty take the radio tower. I think Empyreon is playing just defensive and passive, and they're not really making a concerted move, which is not working out when EQ just kind of picks up each spot, pokes at it,
The red
and
goes
then
to
they keep getting
faster
ground.
has come back to push Ghosty out of radio tower. They are the most wounded executioner on their team. They should send someone more fresh out here to make that primary push. Rick Rom's coming back up to red. Ghosty's going to have to leave. They don't have support. But
Yep,
they're still healthy, 76%. They've made it into the
yeah.
trench. It's three
But
executioners chasing them though.
check out the minimap though. Niandu and Chicken Man are getting really close to where Chico was. Chico actually dropped off, so now these Dyers are about to get, well, they'll get killed in like 300, 400 meters, because
Yeah,
these pop types will just show up.
Dimrog's pushing up. This is going to be a push on to Old Haas now that the executioners have been drawn out by Ghosty.
Yeah,
Can't get the information here on Old Haas's mech.
yep. They've
There
now
we go.
decided to make a concerted XC move, but
Yeah.
there's
Oh
nothing
no.
there.
Old Haas has been left alone.
Hasu is just has to survive as long as possible. Chico gets some punish. Hopefully kill this basalt coming around a corner.
Yep.
Or not.
That's a mech down. Chico at 44% open side torso. And when their side torso is gone, that direwolf is going to cook. This is a hard push here. Numbers are up.
Yeah.
Percentages are
Everything's
looking
fresh.
fairly strong.
Chico's gotta be one touch.
Yeah, this is going to just be a
Almost. Oh my god, this conga line of, yeah. Chico
direwolf
doesn't
is
even want to look
halved.
that way, I think.
Goes down. Executioners weren't really in position to support that direwolf, and direwolf does not have the speed to get out.
Yeah.
Now, it's all going to be about what kind of return kills are made in this final push. It is currently a 5v3, but the percentages are so low, anybody could go down. Neander's
Yeah.
hiding at halved. They go down. The red does
The
pick
red
up a
gets the
kill.
kill, get them points.
The red self-destructs, and that's it. Any self-destructs from heat here? No, looks like everyone is
For that.
surviving. I've got Basalt showing no center torso. That's how wounded they are. The game thinks, or the spectator
Maybe,
thinks that they're dead, but they're walking around.
maybe he has no
32%.
soul. Let's see.
Ghosty's
Can
got
we
a
type
lot
a
of
mess?
heat and leg damage there. I mean, both these executioners, they
See.
have hurt legs, so Yeah, that is a very, very hurt execution that Basalt has here.
Rick Rum says very fun casual matches, so hopefully it felt casual for them.
Yeah, not quite the showing that they were looking for here.
Well, there is a 906 and a 908 on EQ side from the Xyz, and the Dyers didn't have the best day of their life. Lizzie was getting a lot of airtime though, for sure. But this GG's.
Okay, I've got another match to get through after this, but yeah, just looking at the damages kind of tells a little bit of the story. Direwolves did not manage to get the kind of damage that they were looking for. At least, well, I mean, 480 is quite strong, but end of the day, it was all about positioning and flanks, and in the end, Equilibrium managed to find their angles using their mobility, and Empyreon was not able to return that. So what I've got at the end here is 70 points for Equilibrium and only 4 points for Empyreon. So very lopsided result here. A lot of the matches were a little bit closer than that. Low percentage mechs, but the kills were just not picked up.
Yeah, I've got to run. Did you want this lobby, or are you gonna set up another
I'm
one?
gonna have another lobby. So I'd like to thank Unfearing for joining me as co-caster. This was Therax as the main caster, and thanks for the teams and viewers for making this match happen for all of us, showing up, supporting your teams. Um, Anything you want to say before you dip out, or are you already gone?
I'm still in the channel, but it was really good games. It was good. You could like see like really good shots and movements happening. Just the EQ just kind of made a little bit more precise ones. But Eon still like went through with it. It did a good job lasting long on some of them.
Yeah,
But yeah, it was good. Hope to see them play more. I really hope Eon actually like really comes back in full force or a stronger force, like as a team, and they're back in the scene. We'll see. Alright, see you Therax. Good luck on your next one.
yep,
I'll see you for the CXF one. I think I'll
yes,
be able to help you run the lobby for that one because that one is in 3 hours, right?
yeah. I've got another one in just under 3 hours from now starting, and then I've got one starting up right shortly here as a back-to-back. So hit follow on the channel for everyone, and yeah, Unfearing, I'll catch you then. And yeah, if you can run the lobby, that's great. If not, we'll work it out. So thank you
Alright,
there.
see ya man. Good stuff.